Right, folks, we are back, and this time what we are going to do is we're going to give our run through of the Cheltenham Festival day by day. First up on the Tuesday is the Supreme Novices Hurdle, and I've took this race. Um, I just think that Appreciated is a worthy favourite and deserves to be there. I know other people might have their critics about him, but Metier is in there, Ballyadam. Ballyadam chased him home a few times. Ryan's pretty keen on Metier. I just think it appreciate it. Boring shout here because he's favourite, but I just think he's the better horse in the race. Proven at Grade One level twice. I think he's good. Good chance to get us all off and running on the first day. And then now we are going to go for. Nobody's got the Arco lads, have they?
No.
No. Who is on the champion?
It's the Ultima.
The Ultima?
Champion Jace, you're on the wrong day completely. That.
Yeah, no, I got that mixed up. I just read it. Yeah. And Ryan, you're on the Ultima?
I'm on the Ultima. Just let me find it. Yeah, I'm going for Happy Go Lucky and Ken Bailey horse ridden by David Bass. He won an Novice Chase Cheltenham in December. He was fourth in last year, Marin Pipe. He also came third in Ballymore the year before that. Look, he's very lightly raced for what he has run in. And to me, he looks an extremely tough horse to beat in this. He's got the form all there. He was second to Getaway Trump by half a length earlier in the season and did also win at Stratford as well, being the likes of Paint the Dream and Black Alanisi. I really do think he is the one beating this.
Yeah, and then we move on to the champion hurdle, Shane.
Yeah, that's mine. Simple as ever, really. I can't see past Honeysuckle here. Realistically, Goshen probably coming a year too early for him. I know I was saying that he was going to be the champion hurdle winner there this year, but after looking into the statistics and the key trials and everything else like that, this is screaming Honeysuckle here at 9-4. I think she is absolutely overpriced here. She's beaten everything before her. She made a mockery of the Irish champion hurdle field. Realistically, as well as that, she has course form here as well, beating Benny DeJoux in the mares. So look, at all things considered, she's the one they all have to beat. And a price of 9-4, I will happily get on board that.
Yeah, and you're on the mares hurdle as well, Shane.
Yeah, that's it. I have two actually here. Concertista realistically should be winning this. Dean, I know you're fairly sweet and Roxana, and I can see your point, being a former winner and all that. But in my personal opinion, that race was gifted to her. Benny DeJoux had her covered all angles there that particular day before falling at the last. And I just think that Concertista potentially is a little bit better than Benny DeJoux. I think she's got more, I suppose, scope and overall kick in terms of getting up that hill. She's got a very, very powerful finish to her. She loves Cheltenham. Whatever it is, she just comes alive in Cheltenham. And she should be very, very hard to beat, and definitely one for an acre or two at 11-10. But for those who might be looking for a bit of value, I have one here at the very bottom of the market at 66-1. White Hot Chili Filly for the Harry Fry team. This one here has won a key trial going into this race, and statistics all added up. It's rated, I think, the third or the fourth best horse. I think with one or two non-runners in the field as well. So realistically, for three places, I think 66-1 is very, very much an overpriced horse. She's a Grade 1 winner as well, don't forget. And realistically, like, she doesn't need to find a hell of a lot to get into places here. I can see Concertista pulling well clear, and White Hot Chili Filly hopefully run on for second or third.
Yeah, and anybody that is taking a look at White Hot Chili Filly there, do shop around. You will get extra places available on some sites that will be slightly less than 66-1, but the more places you get, the better it is. We move on now to the Boodles. Ryan, you have a very strong fancy in this.
I do, yeah. But where did the name for the Boodles come from? I just think we should talk about this for a second.
You can follow us on because it's your race.
Well, I don't know. That's why I'm asking. I just think the name Boodles is quite fun. But Zafanian, and he couldn't have booked a better horse. I wouldn't like to see a horse on Zafanian's back now. He couldn't have booked a better jockey. Richard Johnson's on his back. I have been a fan of Zafanian for quite some time now, a few months. And that win last week really topped it all off. He blew them away, 10 lengths, whatever, easy if you like. To me, I can't look past him. 9-1 is massive. I tipped him up before 25-1 for this, and he's come well in since that, and obviously he's won. Yeah, I'm very keen on Safanian. I know Coulter, Drew's Alter, and the reserve, No Meats reserve, Curious Bride, all finished ahead of Safanian in the past, but I just think Safanian is a class above and has potential that we don't even know about yet.
Yeah.
Just before you finish there, Dean Ryan, where are you getting 9-1 for Zafanian?
Wherever I got it from, I don't know.
Because he's 18-1 on Bet365. You're after
18-1. 9-1 boils.
Yeah, you're after being robbed, right? He's 18.
Well, I was afraid of 25-1. Where'd you go to 18s? Is he 18s now? After them,
yeah. He was there this evening. He's 18-1 on Bet365. Well, he was anyway. I don't know why he is now, but
I can tell you because I've got it up here in front of me. It's just loading. He is. There we go. Safanian is 18-1 with Bet365.
What? Well, that tells me one thing, guys. Zafanian has fell somewhere in the Irish Sea and is swimming to Cheltenham.
Right, well, we're moving on then until the last race of the day, the 450, the National Hunt Chase. I am pretty damn sweet on Galvin's chances here. I think the race has been tailor-made for him. This has been the aim all along. He's back now with Ian Ferguson. He started out his career there. And I'm sure Ian will be delighted to get him back, especially whenever I would say a lot of the main work was done for this race before that. Now, Next Destination has taken up an entry here and is a declared runner as of today. Very interesting to see that. But I just still think that Galvin has been primed and set out for this race, and this race has been the target. Now, I am hoping that because I'm on at a pretty sweet price. Jack Kennedy will know the horse well. I know Jamie Codd was looking forward to riding, but with the amateurs not allowed to go, then obviously they had to find a replacement, and no better man for the job than Jack Kennedy. Lads, of the Tuesday, what do we think? What's your nap of the day? Start with Mr. Rooney.
My nap of the day, in terms of value, is definitely Honeysuckle. 9-4 for an unbeaten mare, a dual Irish champion hurdle winner, a Cheltenham Festival winner as well. I don't think you can go wrong. I thought, personally speaking, myself, I thought Henry made a bit of a boo-boo last year going for the mares instead of the champion. I thought last year's champion was very much a more winnable race than the mares last year, but really did prove me wrong. And I just think that she is absolutely, like, it's her race to lose in my opinion, and I just think that she's the best horse going into the race, and realistically the £7 claim should be more than enough to see her head get in front.
Yeah, Ryan.
Nap of the day. Well, my nap of the day is currently swimming over to Cheltenham. I suppose I'll give a next best of the day, and I will agree with Shane completely with Honeysuckle. I think Honeysuckle's one of probably the best chances Ireland has over there, and probably the best chance Henry has. Well, we're not going to talk about Envoy Allen yet, but from his original squad, Honeysuckle is bang on the money at 9-4. I think it's incredible value. But she's unbeaten for a reason.
Yeah, 100%. I would agree with you there, lads. Definitely a great pick. My nap is, again, like it's quite boring. Galvin, I just think everything's fallen into place. Like, this was the target all along. You know, what's not to like about him? What's not to like about him? I'm happy. I have a nice double going there, Roxana and Galvin, and I'm delighted with the prices that I have now that Roxana's been confirmed that she's going to the Mares. Um, and now that Royal Pagel has been and entered in there, or is going the Gold Cup route. Well, lads, that ends day one. Is there anything else you just want to add?
Yeah. Before we go, should we just give our picks for the Oracle? Seeing that we didn't cover it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would go betting without Shishkin, and I would take Franco Port without Shishkin.
Shane?
Well, I have Shishkin in I think a 7-fold and a 5-fold. So I'd be mad to say anything else bar Shishkin, because if I do, it'll probably end up absolutely ruin my chances then.
Yeah, I'll be in agreement there, Ryan. I'll go with the bet without market. I'll take Captain Guinness.
Yep.
So,
and boys, do we have a lay today? I just want to get Shane's lay today, to be honest.
No, I don't have a lay of the day. I know you two lads can work away.
My lay today, and I know it's probably going to really upset Dean, is Galvin. Simply because, right? And I know where you're coming from with Galvin, and I know I know he is technically the best horse in the race, but the only reason why I'd lay him is because the statistics of favourites winning that particular race are very, very bad. I think it's 2 from the last 12 have been favourites that win, but realistically, those favourites have been a class above, and Galvin certainly looks to be that. So it's a bit of a hit and miss, really. I don't really know. I back Galvin, but
You've been backed?
I've been backed, yeah, but like I wouldn't be like confident, like, I wouldn't be like I wouldn't be going all out saying that Galvin's like the best chance of the fest or the meeting and all that sort of crack, like. But no, I definitely have him back, but I just wouldn't be as confident as say the rest of the days. I wouldn't be as confident as say like Honeysuckle or Concertista, like.
Yeah, no, that's a surprising one, because I just think I get where you're coming from there. Like, I just think Galvin has been just as he's been ultra impressive this season, and the way that the races were planned out for him and mapped out for him, and coming here now, and it's interesting to see that he's gone back to former stomping ground and Ian Ferguson's yard. So that's interesting. Ryan, you're back. What's your lay of the?
I'm back. My lay of the day, Dean. You're not gonna like this again. Appreciate it in the Supreme. I just think Appreciate It is very beatable, and I know you're not gonna like it, but I'm all over Medier.
To be fair, I haven't actually had anything on that race, but I just think looking at the way it cut up in that, like, Appreciate It is probably the one that everybody has to beat. So
I think Appreciate is going to be held up, and Meteor is going to go too quick, and Appreciate is just going to kick on clear then coming up the hill, and Meteor will be a bit paddling. But look, I could be totally wrong. Ryan, you could be totally right. I don't know. But I definitely would be in agreement with Dean there. I think Appreciate is definitely the one to beat.
That is the end of day one. Do stay tuned, because we will have day 2, day 3, and day 4 all to come. Do hit the like button. I'm not Ryan. When are we putting this video up?
Wednesday.
I'm just thinking more for the Cheltenham competition on Patreon. When does that close, Shane?
Well,
12 o'clock on Monday night.
Yeah, we'll say 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock on Monday night that closes. So if this video is up, do be sure to check us out on Facebook and Twitter. We have a wee Cheltenham competition up and running. It is €10 to enter. There is a prize pot of €200 there. It's through our Patreon service. Do check us out if you would like. It'd be very much appreciated. do stay tuned as we will be back in the next couple of days.
Cool.